it? Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Escondido in California. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, winning Wednesday. Yes, we get to celebrate the wins today. So today has been a very emotional roller coaster day for me because it popped up in my Facebook feed today that it was Gus's 17th birthday. And I was like, okay, which means that it's the 24th of the month. It's also March, which is 6 months after September, which means that it's been 3.5 years since Brad passed, and 3 years, 6 months, and 18 days since Gus passed, because Gus crossed the Rainbow Bridge 18 days before Brad did. Well, before Brad transitioned. So it's kind of been an emotional up and down day, and remembering some of the fun times with Gus, some of the fun times with Brad as well, and the fun the two of them had, the connection the two of them had, and just remembering those times that they would be out at the grill and Brad would be sitting down and Gus would be standing next to the chair while they sat in front of the grill while it was cooking. And every time Brad got up to go and attend to the meat that was on the grill, Gus would be right there beside him and with his nose almost touching the grill. And I could always hear Brad saying, "Move your nose, Gus, you're going to get burned. Move your nose, Gus, move your nose." And then when it came time to bring the meat into the house, Brad would walk in and Gus's nose would literally be in Brad's butt. And I'd tell Brad, I said, "Don't stop." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because you'll have a dog's nose up your butt if you do." That's how big Gus was. Gus was not a small dog. And then he would stand next to the counter with his nose resting on the edge of the counter um, while Brad did what he needed to do to let the meat rest before we got to eat it. And, and if Brad walked away and left the meat behind, Gus would stand guard. Waiting for any little tidbits. But he was our dog of 1,001 faces. You could literally have an entire conversation with him based on his facial expressions. We had his set treat time was 8 p.m. every evening, and he would come up to you at 7:45, 7:30, 7:55, and want his treat. And we would tell him, "No, it's not 8 o'clock. Come back at 8 o'clock." And I swear, 8 o'clock on the nose, whether we had just moved into daylight saving, just moved out of daylight saving, it didn't matter what time of the year it was, 8 o'clock on the nose, he would come back to us and say, "I want my treats," and just stand there and watch us. And Brad would always give him a treat, then I would give him a treat, and that was how it goes. So he would come to me first, and I says, "I don't give you your treat first," I said, "Go see Daddy." And so he would just like look at me and walk over to see Brad. And if we told him to come back at 8 o'clock, he would look at us, he'd look at one of us first, and then he'd look at the other one and just go, and walk away and come back. So it was interesting whenever Brad was in hospital because then he still expected his two treats. And so I would give him his treat. I give him, the treat that Brad would normally give him at 8 o'clock, give him the treat I would normally give him at 8 o'clock. And so then when Brad would come home from from different various hospital stays and stuff, so when Brad would come home, Gus would come to me and I'd go, "No, go see Daddy." So he'd go to Brad, get his treat from Brad. Then he'd come to me. I would give him my regular treat. Then he would come back to me looking for a third treat because now he was used to me giving him two treats. And he had it figured out in his head. So happy Rainbow Bridge birthday, heavenly birthday, whatever it is, to Gus, who was an incredible dog. So it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster day to day because of that. But I'm so thankful that I now have Zeffy, who's helping to fill some of that emptiness, that void that got left behind when both Gus and Brad passed. And so, I said to Gus today, "Thank you for sending me Zeffy and putting your stamp of approval on it, on her, and sending her to watch over me." And one of the other things that happened is that I had a box that's set up with RV essentials for when I moved into the RV, and I didn't realize it at the time, but when I unpacked it, I'm unpacking and I go, "What's this box doing here?" And it was the box with Gus's ashes in it. So Gus's ashes actually sit in the cupboard that's above my left shoulder. And there's a cupboard, and his little cedar box fits in there perfectly with his ashes in it. His dog collar's there with his tag still on it. That sits with the box as well. So Gus has been doing all of these travelings with me in the RV. In ash form, or however you wanted it, in spirit and all that. But now I have Zeffy here to help fill in some of those voids that have been left behind. So it's been a good day. No matter what happens today is always super fantastic and sparkling. Work-wise, it has been a busy day. Lots of learning going on this morning with doing the private one-on-one onboarding sessions that I've been doing to learn the back office of the CRM. So got some more stuff on that done. Have not worked on my gamification for today. I have no idea what my goal was for today, except making sure I got stuff done today that had to be done. So I did do that. But what were your wins for the day? What did you do to gamify your goals? Let us know in the comments below, because it'll be interesting to see what rewards you come up with as you complete different steps of your goals. Because if you're into being rewarded in some way, making a game out of things so that you can reward yourself in different ways has a good forward momentum on things. And especially if you're like me and you challenge yourself. I did this much last week. This week I'm going to do X number of sales. I sold $10,000 worth of product last week. This week I'm going for 15. Make that game out of it. If you are into games and doing that sort of thing. Other people, I know you've got to compete against others. So find somebody else who does the same thing you do and have a competition. Simple as that. But anyway, I'm out of here. I still have my third day of the 5-day challenge to go do, and we've got to do it in a minute or less. That's going to be fun. But anyway, I'm still thinking on it, on what I'm thinking on the topic we've been given, and still trying to figure it out. And how to get all of that information in such a short period of time. I can do this. I can do it. I'm going to go do it. So you'll see me back on live shortly. It's going to be very short, I hope. Fingers crossed. No, we are going to make it a short video of 57 seconds or less. That is the goal. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We will catch you back here tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Hei konara.